Hey, what's going on YouTube? Chuckles again with another deck highlight. Today we're going to be looking at my Control and Legend deck. So this is my Warrior deck. This is by far my favorite deck that I'm currently using. The whole premise of it is to use your early game to remove their early game and then wait for the long game to happen, and then turn 8, 9, and 10 just completely obliterate your opponent. So let's go ahead and take a look at the curve. So it looks like we have 0 zeros. We have 6 1-mana cost spells or creatures, 8 2-drops, 4 3-drops, 2 4-drops, 6 5s, 0 6s, and then 4 7+, and those are going to be basically your legendaries. So to start off the 1-drops, I run 2 executes, destroy a damaged enemy minion. They play well in late game and amazingly well in early game. I run 2 shield slams, deal 1 damage to a minion for each armor you have. 2 whirlwinds, deal 1 damage to all minions. You're going to want to try and save at least one of these for late game so you can combo it with your Grommash, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. I run 2 fiery war axes. It's 2 mana cost for a 3/2 weapon, removes pretty much anything they play on the field all the way up to turn 4-ish when they start getting 4 health creatures, so works great in this deck. I run 2 slams for the 2-drop. Deal 2 damage to a minion. If it survives, draw a card. Armorsmith, I run 2 of these. 2 mana cost for a 1/4 creature, and whenever a friendly minion takes damage, you gain 1 armor. 2 Cruel Taskmasters. When you put it into play, you can deal 1 damage to a minion and give it a +2 attack. So you can run that with Acolyte of Pain or your Armorsmith. If you had a Frothing Berserker in the deck, you could do that. I don't particularly run Frothing Berserkers. For 3 mana, I run 2 shield blocks, gain 5 armor, draw a card. 2 Acolytes of Pain. The main weakness of this deck is that, because it has amazingly great removals and awesome endgame, but it doesn't really have a whole lot of card cycles, so that's why I ran the 2 Acolytes of Pain. 2 Korkron Elites, 4 mana cost for a 4/3 creature with charge. I use these for removals. It's great for taking out Azure Drakes. It's just a well-rounded card for the 4 mana cost. So on turn 4, you can always throw that down and just be in a good spot. I run 1 Arcanite Reaper. I was running Gorehowl. I took Gorehowl out and replaced it with the Arcanite Reaper just because I found Gorehowl to be way too slow in the current meta. It's great for, removing creatures late game, but at the same time, I found myself taking a lot of face damage with it, and it was just way too slow. You had to wait until turn 7, and so on and so forth. I just didn't really care for it. I run 2 Brawls, destroy all minions, except 1. So, I use this for, like, zoo decks, for, basically any kind of aggro deck. You're going to want 2 Brawls. So, I also run 2 Azure Drakes, just for the, basically for the card cycle and for the spell damage +1. So it'll make your slams do 1 more damage, it'll make your shield slams do 1 more damage. It's just all around a great minion to have in the deck. I only run 1 Faceless Manipulator. This is great for turn 5 if they throw out like a Cairn, or if you're playing against a Ramp Druid or something like that and they throw out a Cairn or a Sylvanas or a Black Knight, a Harrison Jones, anything like that. That's what I basically use it for. Or if I'm lucky enough and one of my legendaries sticks around long enough, I'll manipulate it too. So Baron Geddon, 7 mana cost for a 7/5 creature. At the end of your turn, you deal 2 damage to all other characters. So this is our bread and butter as a warrior, because we're going to have a whole lot of armor to absorb the impact, and you can always armor up every turn and basically negate the face damage that Baron Geddon would be doing, so it's great for removal and it makes them deal with it. Grommash, like I said, 8 mana costs, comes out as a 4/9. If it comes with charge, it enrages and it becomes a 10 whatever, however much damage you take. So 10 damage right off the bat. So you couple that with Whirlwind and it becomes a 10/8. But what I like to do is I like to try and save a Cruel Taskmaster, this guy right here. So for turn 10, you throw out a Grommash, and then you deal 1 damage to it and give it +2 attack, so then it becomes a 12/8 with charge. So, amazing. Ragnaros. I use Ragnaros because It's great for sniping. If they have out a big minion, he'll either hit that or hit the face and you're dealing 8 damage. If they happen to silence it, you still have an 8 damage creature. Like, it's just an all-around win. Alexstraza, I use Alexstraza for offensive purposes. If I'm running against a hunter, that's pretty much the only time, or maybe a zoo warlock deck. Those are the only 2 times I'm going to use set my health for me to 15, you know, if I need to heal. Mainly what I'll do is I'll try and remove as much as I can, board control throughout the whole game. I'll Alexstraza them down to 15 health and then finish it up with a Ragnaros and Grommash using Baron Geddon to clear, and it's GG from there. So I really love this Control Warrior deck. It's actually got me further up in the ranks than any other deck I've ever had. It is very expensive. If you're trying to do it with dust, like just craft it all with all the epics, legendaries, and rares, I think it's something like 12 to 13,000 dust, so it's very, very expensive. But if you can't afford it and you do have this deck, you're going to see marvelous things out of it. So that's basically all I had today, guys. I hope you enjoy my Control Warrior deck. This is probably what I'm going to be running from now on, just because I just love it. It's a fun deck to play. The only 2 problems I have with it is Hunter. Hunter just knocks me down way too fast. I have a few issues with Shaman, but the biggest issue is with Priest. Priest, if you knock them down to 15 health with the Alexstraza, they just heal up way too fast. So, but I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope it was beneficial. I hope you learned something about a little Control Warrior, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.